we're going to get started. We are going to be recording this webinar so that you can also get a link for this recording if you need to listen to everything again. We're going to have our first speaker will be Marty, and then Mike Ellis is here today, and Mike is going to do his presentation. Mike is right to the facts, transparent as can be, full of integrity. He's going to give you the facts about OnPassive. And then afterwards, some of us on the panel will put in our 2 cents as well. And then you as a guest will have an opportunity to ask questions after the presentation. Although there are founders here today, that's great, but today is for our guests to ask their questions. So I'm going to disable the chat so that you can pay close attention. And there we go. Thank you, Marty. Welcome, everyone. This is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar. It's Tuesday, January 18th. And today you're in for a treat. You have been invited by someone who cares about you, because today's webinar is going to benefit you far more than any of us who are here. We are here on our own time to tell you about a business called OnPassive. You're going to have an opportunity to hear about it today and an opportunity to become a founder. The way you do that is you're going to get back to the person who invited you, because it's by invitation only. So no worries. You're not going to be giving us your credit cards or anything like that today. That's not what we're about. We're about integrity. We're a real business, a clean business. And once you hear about it, we know you're going to want to jump right on board and get back to the person who invited you. So first, we have Marty DeGarmo today. Marty comes to us from New Jersey in the United States. And a little bit of Marty's background. For over 17 years, he was a project manager in the corporate world. He traveled all across the globe. And then after that, he got into online businesses, online marketing, and he's done that for 15 plus years. Marty has been part of OnPassive for almost 3 years now. Now, Marty, in those 15 plus years, has seen it all, has done it all. He knows a lot of what's out there online and marketing. And today he's going to tell you a little bit about when he heard about OnPassive, why he decided that this was the last business he was ever going to have. So Marty, it's all yours, and then I'll be back for the Q&A.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Hello, everybody on the panel, and welcome to everybody that showed up today. You're going to be glad you did. Like you, probably 1 million people come online every day, and they're looking to, in many cases, to try to create some kind of income. Same for me. About 18 years ago this year, I went online and said, man, I sure would like to make an extra income, because I grew my family much faster than I did the money I made from work. And I did okay with that, but at the end of it, there's nothing left as usual. So I got on, went into the first business. Who knows what it was? I can't remember. But it's the same for everybody, you know. To keep a long story short, you get in and you buy a kit, or you do what they tell you to do, and you got to sell something, and they give you a website, and you have to learn how to drive traffic, and you can't drive traffic. You make a list of your family, and a couple of years into it, they're pretty upset with you, and they're running every time they see you at some kind of gathering, because they know you're going to try to sell them something. And it just got painful, because really the system, MLMs and email marketing and drop ship and all that, it's kind of rigged against the average person, because you really have to have a lot of different little skills. It's not that you have to be super smart, it just takes time. And most people don't have time. They're single parents, they have kids, they're working 2 jobs just to get by, especially nowadays. Some people don't even have a job. And it's just the companies weren't designed for that, and they didn't care. They care about making a profit. And if they could take 2 or 3 people out of thousands that can build for them, other people bring in 1 or 2 in, but the majority is they're making money. Even if 6, 7 months and they rebrand themselves and start up again and do it all over again with the bigger and better, whatever it is, they'll get the 1 or 2% of the guys and their marketers and do know the skills to build up their company again. But it's not long term and it's not for everyone. I was kind of naive and thought eventually I'm going to get it. I did, but it took a long, long time. Like a long time before I could market and actually build a team. In fact, I joined up with Mike Ellis here in Dan Street. He couldn't make it today. And we got over the first hump. The first hurdle was we could build a team. So we thought that was it. Build a team, we're going to be successful. Well, that's what I was hoping for. But you build a team 400, 500, sometimes 1,000, sometimes thousands. And guess what happens? You wake up one day and you punch in the computer, or, the business you're in that you're all happy about, and it's not there. It might be say down for maintenance, but it's down for good. Okay. They never say that. It's just gone. And now all the people that you've talked to and you've looked at and you told them how great it is, you really feel that way about it, but it's just not the case. You got to go back to them and say, well, where's it at? This says it's down for maintenance. But in your heart, you're going, oh man, they're gone. And they took off with the money. That's one case. Another one is you get in, it's a half decent business. The markup is so high, and you could probably buy it at a drugstore for 20, 30% less. And on top of that, you have to hit a certain quota every month, so you have an auto ship. So you're paid to get in, you have to pay to stay in, and if you can't drive traffic, you're losing money every month. And sometimes filling your closets with things that you're not sure what you're going to do with, right? So I've done all that. And there were some products out there that are fantastic. It's not the point. And some of them are fantastic, but they're thousands of dollars. Thousands. I've been in business where the cheapest thing you could sell was $2,500. And we did. But could the average person that didn't have time to learn the skills do that? No. Now, most of the gurus out there that walk across stage with the big check and get into their jet and all that, they know you can't do it. And no, they can't duplicate, because if they did, it wouldn't be the same people every day. It wouldn't be. It's common sense. Why is it the same people? Different company, you'll see him again. He's a super affiliate. I said, well, he's a super affiliate 6 months ago in another company. He just drags his team with him, and people follow like sheep because they're just hoping that this is the one. This is the one. Well, about 3 years ago, I ran into Red Redford and Peter Rogers that we knew, all three of us knew. I trusted them. And I said, what are you guys doing? I knew them from other business. And they told me about this one that Mike's going to explain to you today. And I asked simple questions. Can anyone do it? Yes. No special skills? No. Do people have to market? No. Is there an auto ship? No. Are the products that they have, do you have to bring them home? No, they're digital and they're very high demand. What do you mean? Sold for millions a year. They have more than one product. You have many. And in fact, they're going to have up to 50 and so on and keep going. I'm like, okay, I'm in, right? Now I was afraid to ask him, how much is it? He told me and I was shocked, but in a good way. Mike will go over that because I thought it would be very expensive. And from then on, we've been in this company. We've built a team. We're built, and you don't have to. The beauty of it, you don't have to share it with anybody. We wanted to be active because I want people to see it. I truly want people to see it because it's going to change their life. Anyway, I'm going to turn over to Mike Ellis, my business partner, who can explain all this in 20 some minutes. And I can't. I've tried, but I can't. So I'm going to turn it over to him. He'll explain it to you. And like Susie said, and the other panelists here can answer anything that you got, guaranteed. We'll send you the recording. I'll put it in the window. You send it to my email, and I'll send you a recording of this webinar so you can look at it, in the privacy of your own home. You could stop it. Did he say what? What did he say? And you could go back. And that's what I would do if I were you. But anyway, I'm going to turn over to Mike Ellis. Mike, razzle dazzle them.
Thanks, Marty, and a great introduction to OnPassive. And OnPassive is what we're going to be talking about today. And really, this presentation is for the new people that are just exploring OnPassive right now. Obviously, we've got a lot of founders here, but this is for you, the new individual just looking at OnPassive. And the question that we all have when we come into OnPassive, it's always the same. It's why we're online. It's what we're searching for. And Marty touched on this a little bit. Can we build an income? Can we build a residual income, which is really good? And can we start to develop wealth to leave a financial legacy to our families? That's why we're all here. And it's why we all come initially into OnPassive and start to explore it. So Ash Mufareh, who's the CEO of OnPassive, he's the visionary, he's the brain trust behind OnPassive, has made it very, very simple for you and I. And I'm going to explain exactly what OnPassive is going to do for each and every one of us. But before I do that, I want to talk about the company of OnPassive, because that's pretty important. You want to know the company that you're getting involved with. Number one is ethical, clean, honest, and that they're going to have longevity. And once you get past those things, you know it's an honest company, very, very important. And you know it has great longevity. Now you have a way forward to actually start building wealth online. So as we think of OnPassive, Ash and his team have done some really remarkable things. And the company of OnPassive today, we're moving into a different phase right now. We are in the process of launching to the world, the global launch of OnPassive. And as we look at OnPassive, yes, it's taken about 3 years to go through the development of all the products of OnPassive, very important, and I'll get into those. But they're done. OnPassive is at a point right now where everything is complete, 100%. It's done, and we're going into the global launch of OnPassive. And as we look at OnPassive, it's a very, very complex business. Today, as we look at the company of OnPassive, they are a unicorn company. They have a net value today of about $3.5 billion. This is not a little company. This is a massive corporation. Excuse me. And because of what Ash and his team have done, it's put us in the unique position to be able to participate with everything that Ash and his team has done. And Ash has a team of engineers in Hyderabad, India. Right now, they're about 250 strong. These individuals are absolutely brilliant, and they have built all the products of OnPassive. And the products of OnPassive, they're built from the ground up, brand new cutting edge technology. This isn't old technology, it's brand new technology. The products of OnPassive are superior, and here's where it gets really, really interesting. They're superior at a lower price point. And all the products of OnPassive, like Marty said, they are in high demand. And Marty said millions of dollars a year. It's not millions, it's billions of dollars of revenue that come into these products every single year from the individuals that are servicing these niches today. And OnPassive, as they go into the global launch, I believe will take a substantial part of that market away from all of these other individuals that are servicing the different niches that OnPassive is in. Now, I want to talk about what Ash Mufareh has done specifically for you and I. Excuse me, guys. Ash Mufareh, very, very early on, decided that he was going to share the wealth with those individuals participating with OnPassive. That's you and I. And he wasn't going to share just a little bit of the wealth. He was going to share the majority of the wealth, 50, 52, 55, 50, 60, 65% of the wealth. And when you can start bringing in billions of dollars of revenue into a company of OnPassive, and they will be doing that, 50, 55, 60, 65% of the wealth will be shared with you and I. And as we look at the wealth coming into OnPassive, how do we get paid? We get paid a lot like a commission sales individual. You go out, you make $100 sale, you make 10%, you'd make $10. That's what you would be making with OnPassive. But when you look at the sheer volume of revenue that OnPassive is going to be bringing in, it gets very, very intriguing for you and I and our bottom line. Again, that's why we're here. What is this going to do to our bottom line? So let's look at just one product of OnPassive very, very quickly to give you an idea of the volume that's going to be coming in for us. Okay. Today we're doing a webinar with Zoom. Zoom is one of the largest webinar platforms in the market today. There are 25 other webinar platforms out there, but Zoom is the largest. Last year, they did $123 billion in revenue. Now, as I talk to some of the individuals that have come in and are participating with OnPassive, these individuals are technicians. They've told me just flat out, no problem whatsoever. They believe because of the technology of OnPassive that they will take 90 to 95% of that market away from the other companies that have a Zoom, a webinar platform, Zoom in specifically. That is a ton of money coming into OnPassive through an individual like Ash Mufara who wants to share that wealth with you and I. It is absolutely massive. And when I talk to these technicians, they really get giddy because they know the language, they know what products look like, they know new technology, they know the best of the best. And when they look at OnPassive, they get very, very excited. And again, this is one product of OnPassive. OnPassive will have over 50 and continue to grow. They get very, very excited, not about OnPassive, although they're excited about OnPassive, but about what it's going to do to their bottom line. They know what's coming. So this is extremely exciting. And OnPassive, as we look at it, they are an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology. Marty talked about it a little bit, all digital products online that have tremendous demand, okay? Because of that, OnPassive, because of what Ash and his team have done, because of all the groundwork that they've laid, they will have tremendous longevity, not months, not years. They will have decades. And I believe it'll surpass my lifetime without any problem whatsoever, which is a good thing because I want to build wealth online. So as we look at OnPassive, what are they going to do for you? That's the important thing that we're going to talk about. What are they going to do for you? This is really, really simple. You know, the company of OnPassive, very, very complicated. What Ash and his team has done is extraordinary and extremely complicated, but he's made it very, very simple for you and I. And that's what I'm going to go over today. So kind of hold under your hat. I'm going to go through this very, very quickly, but it's extremely powerful because it will give you a way forward to actually start developing in income, residual income, and wealth. Okay, so here we go. As we come into OnPassive is going to come in and they're going to use their IT tools. They're going to come in, they're going to build a marketing platform for us, a sales platform for us. They're going to hook it up to AI. Why is that important? AI, artificial intelligence, what this does for your business, it makes it 100% automated. You don't have to sell, you don't have to share, you don't have to do any of those things. This is what AI will do for your business. Once they hook it up to AI, it becomes 100% automated. They're going to reach back into their IT products, they're going to pull out traffic. All traffic is getting customers, their eyes in front of the products of OnPassive, okay? So they're going to start driving traffic through your marketing platform, and as customers come in, they are going to manage all of this. As the customers come in and look at the products, they're going to manage that. As customers come in and buy the products, they're going to manage that. As customers come in and land in your organization, they're going to manage that. What do we have to do? We collect the commission from those sales. That's all we have to do. This is what OnPassive is going to be doing for each and every one of us. And as we look at what Ash is doing, it's very, very simple, guys. They're going to manage all of this with their IT tools, their artificial intelligence. And because of that, it revolutionizes how we do business online. And as we come in and participate, this is what OnPassive was made for, so that you and I can participate with OnPassive. It doesn't get any easier than these next four concepts that I'm going to go over just very, very quickly. Number one, OnPassive is self-funding. Number two, they're going to force you to be successful. Number 3 and 4, product customer, because of the products and the customers coming in, that's how we make money. And then the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing for each and every one of us. When I talk about a self-funding business, there are 2 fees in OnPassive. I'm going to talk about those. but you'll go out of pocket once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. Marty talked about that too. Auto ships, you have to pay every single month. You're always going out of pocket. That is not on passive. You'll go out of pocket once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. Because of the way on passive is structured, you will be forced. It's hard to get it out. You will be forced to be successful. You can't help but be successful online. What does that mean? You will make money with on passive. And then we talk about the customers and the products, which I just went over a little bit. Because the products are superior, customers will come in. It's the old adage, if you build a better mousetrap, people will flock a path through your door. This is what's going to happen with on passive. Cutting edge technology, superior, lower price point. The value is so large that the amount of people coming into on passive will just blow you away. This is on passive. This is what they're going to be doing for each and every one of us. Very, very simple. Self-funding for success, product, customer, volume. That's it, guys. And because Ash has made it this easy for us to come in and have 100% automated business, it's why on passive is growing leaps and bounds. Once you get the vision, you see what on passive is doing, you can't help but come in and go, yeah, I have to do this. Absolutely have to do this. So how do we all come into on passive? Today, there is a position. It's called the founding position. It is a $97 position. You pay it once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. What does this do for you and I? It locks us into the company. It locks us into the pay structure of on passive, which is extremely important. There are a lot of benefits of becoming a founding member of on passive, but the two biggest are locking yourself into the company and the pay structure, and knowing what the future is going to be bringing to you. The ability to build income, residual income, and wealth. This is what on passive will do for you. The founding position locks you into that position, and no one will ever take it away from you. So the founding position, there are a lot of other perks to the founding position that I won't go over today, but it is powerful. It gets you to that place where you want to be. Now, as on passive launches to the world, how do we all come into on passive as founding members? Okay. As on passive launches to the world, and again, we are in that process today, and I mean today. As they do the global launch of on passive, we will come in, we will pay a subscription fee. That's the second fee we're going to have to pay. It's going to be between $200 and $300. I always say $300. If it's less than that, it'll be a nice surprise. So the total amount that we have to pay to come in and participate with on passive will be right around $400. As we come in and pay the subscription fee, what does that do for us? Number one, we get all the IT products of on passive. That's important, and I'll explain that just very, very quickly in a second. But after we do that, we go into our back office stuff on passive, we click a button, we become an independent reseller of the IT product. And when we have that title, now we have the ability to be paid by on passive. We have to have that title to be paid by on passive. It's just the way the regulations work around the world. And on passive, clean, honest, ethical. They do everything the right way. And that's what we have to do as we come in. Let's back up to the subscription fee. The subscription fee of $300, the subscription fee of $300, it is a monthly fee. And I know you, I've told you, you pay it once, you'll never have to pay it again. That is true. As you come in and pay the $300, on passive from that point will go to work for you. Again, they take all the IT products, they build the sales marketing platform, hook it up to AI, drive traffic, bring customers in. They actually go to work for you. So that $300 is paying on passive to go to work for us. Now, as that happens, Ash has told each and every one of us, you'll pay it once, you won't have to pay it again. And the reason for that is because of the sheer volume that's going to be coming into on passive. And any preceding months after that will be paid from the proceeds we make with on passive. This is not something we think is going to happen. This will happen. You will never go out of pocket more than once. You'll pay the $300, you'll pay the $97, right around $400 when everything is said and done, and you are done. The founding fee is paid now. The $300 fee will not be paid until we go into the global launch of on passive. I believe we are weeks or at the most a month or so away from the global launch of on passive. That's how quickly things are moving right now. The subscription fee, you will pay that when we go into the global launch, not before. So you'll come out of pocket initially $97, okay? So this is where we're at with On Passive. As we look at On Passive, what they're doing, how revolutionary this thing is, because of Ash and his team, he's given us the opportunity to have a business that is 100% automated. It is not passive. It's 100% automated, but we still have to come in and participate with On Passive and stay updated. And at the very least, as we go into the global launch of On Passive, go into your back office, hook your wallet up to your bank account and take your money out. At the very least, that's what you will do. But as you come in and explore On Passive, you will continue to get excited about the company of On Passive. Although there are a lot of moving parts, as you come in and start to explore On Passive, you're going to see that it just gets better and better and better. And believe me, what I've touched on is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that benefits you and I in major, major ways. And when I say major ways, I'm talking financially, that as you come in, you get very, very excited about being able to participate with On Passive, finding On Passive and exploring On Passive. But you get excited about what's going to be happening in the very, very near future with your financial bottom line. And in the end, again, that's why we're all here. We're looking for a way forward to take care of that financial bottom line and really leave a legacy to our families that as they look at it, they're going to go, wow, we're really, really glad she did that, he did that, whoever you are. So this is On Passive. Now, before I turn it back over to Susie, I want to talk about the volume just one more time, because it really is extraordinary. And I want to talk about 4 products of On Passive. And remember, there are over 50 products of On Passive, and all of these products are absolutely superior to anything that's out there right now. And the 4 products I want to talk about right now is OConnect. OConnect is our webinar platform, which is just going to blow any other companies that have webinar platforms away. The next one is OStaff. The next one is Ocademy, and then their OTraffic, their traffic source. Ocademy is their educational platform. OStaff is their HR platform. Companies can come in, use the HR platform to manage their HR department. All of these products, as I talk about them, are massive. And when we look at the total revenue, annual revenue that comes in with just these 4 products, it's $483 billion. Okay. That's not chopped liver. That's a massive, massive market. Now, because we know the products of On Passive are superior, how much of that market are we going to take the first year? I don't know, 10%, 15, 20, 25%. I don't really know. But I know we're going to take a substantial amount of that market away from the individuals that are servicing those niches right now. If we take 10% of that, it's $48 billion that will be coming into On Passive. And we know because Ash has told us he's going to share the majority of the wealth of that with us. And if that 48 billion coming in and he shares 65% of that, it is a massive amount of revenue coming in into our pockets. And we get a portion of all of that revenue in our organizations as On Passive manages all of this coming into On Passive and into our organization, 100% automated. This is what On Passive is. This is what Ash Mufareh has done. It is extraordinary to be able to participate with a company that doesn't care about the money. Ash doesn't care about being the richest man in the world, although I think he could be. He wants us to come in, he wants to guarantee success, and he wants to see us have that financial legacy. As we look at On Passive, they are massive. We've already gone over that a little bit. They are in over 200 countries today. As we look at On Passive, they never put any limitations on us. He's never going to tell us how much money we can make. There are no limits on the amount of money we can make, and he will never add any qualifications. You don't have to sell, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to share, none of that stuff. Just put On Passive to work for you. No qualifications, i.e., you can make as much as you can make. And when we look at the AI, it makes our business 100% automated. This is so critical, and Marty talked a little bit about this early on. It's so difficult to get the skill sets online to be able to really, truly make residual income. and not many people do. Because of what OnPassive has done, we don't have to worry about those skill sets. They're going to work for us. AI 100% automated. And when you can put that into your business, all of a sudden you have a way forward to take it as far as you want to go. Now, there are other things in OnPassive that will benefit you in ways you can't even imagine. And I don't have time to get into those today. But if you keep it simple, self-funding, for success, product, customer, and volume, and you get that in the back of your mind and that light comes on, you're going to be in. And it's going to be the best decision you ever made, because it absolutely will change your bottom line. I'm going to turn it back over to Susie. Susie is marvelous about saying things that I didn't cover, and I always miss things. So Susie, I'll turn it back over to you. And yeah, we're in a really good place. Take care, Susie. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. Excellent. You gave everyone a good snapshot of what OnPassive is all about. Obviously, there's a lot more information, but if you catch just like I say, a whisker of what Mike has talked about and your mind is ticking, that's telling you it's time for you to get back to the person who invited you. And also thank you, Marty, for opening up with your story too. Marty has a very strong background, and it's great to be around all of these people. Marty put in the chat, if you want a recording of this webinar, please send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. I'm going to introduce a few of the panelists, but first I'm going to tell you how we're going to do the Q&A today. We're going to do the Q&A just via the chat. Okay, so if you're a guest and you have a question, please type it in the chat and us panelists will answer your questions for you. If you are a founder, please refrain from typing any questions in the chat, because today is all about our guests. And I just want to add one more thing. I have the opportunity to meet our CEO this week in person to help launch the next product to the founding members. And I can't tell you how tickled pink I am. I am honored and privileged to meet Ash Mufareh this week in person. So I highly recommend you jump on board today, because this week I will be with him helping to launch one of the premier products to the founders. So he's real, the company's real. I'm going to be with them. So keep a lookout on YouTube and other places. You're going to see me with him as we are launching this company. Now is the time. Get back to the person. We can't sign you up. You need to get back to the person who invited you. They'll take care of you. Okay, so just guess questions you have. Please type them in the chat. Now, first, I'd like to introduce Marina. Marina's here today on the panel. Marina Favik comes to us from South Africa. She's been involved with OnPassive, I believe, September 30th, 2019. Marina has done an excellent job at working with all founders across the globe, bringing them together in the community. She knows the business inside and out. She's a wealth of knowledge, and I always like to hear her 2 cents about this business. So Marina, if you could share a few of your thoughts.
Thank you, Susie. That was great, Mike and Marty. Hello, Africa. Hello, world, in case you missed my greeting as I came in. This is a very, very exciting time to be with OnPassive. I think every month it just gets better and better. But right now we're on the verge of, we're in our beta testing, which is incredible. It's really exciting. I've never been part of a company in beta testing in this magnitude anyway. And it really is something special to be part of. So not only are you going to be part of the beta testing going forward, there's bonuses you're going to be able to earn during our soft launch or semi-launch, as we call it. And then we're on the verge of going into our official global launch, which is just like, it's going to happen any day now. There's no dates, because you cannot put perfection on a time that you're expecting the work to be done. but our staff, our tech team are working around the clock with our CEO, the Leadership Council. There's so many people that are putting input into the smooth rollout of this business. And it's really a place to say, I have finally found the one thing that I was looking for, and that is on passive. And I just encourage everyone to come in. Our CEO always talks about there will be abundance in time. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but over time, 2 to 5 years, what are we going to do? There's only so many houses we can buy, so many cars, so many holidays. Eventually, I said I'm going to travel. I don't think I'm going to travel for the rest of my life, probably 2-3 years, and then I want to settle down. But there's going to be excess and abundance. And that is what we are discussing now. We've got groups all over that we formed. I'm part of the Missionaries for Africa, which a few founders got together. We're wanting to help the African continent move forward. There's so many different projects around the globe. And that is what we are discussing now. So if you've got a heart to help humanity, to make a difference in your community, in your country, or someone else's country where they're really needing help, this is the place to do that with our Bless. So thank you very much from me, Marina from South Africa. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay. Thank you, Marina, for all the great things you do in your community. We appreciate it. Yes, I'm going to travel too and give back. I mean, that's the best part. Our CEO has told us it's okay to fill our tank, take care of the things we need to, but then there's going to be a point in our lives where we want to give back because there's so much joy in that. And that's what Ash is. He is very joyful about giving back. We do have a question before we get to Andy. Agbottone is asked a question. Please explain well about the subscription because I didn't really get that explanation. I'll explain it to you right now. To become a founding member today, get back to the person who invited you, and you will pay $97 plus around $5 or so for a processing fee from your credit card company to lock in and become a founding member. That's once out of pocket, $97 plus the processing fee. When we go to the global launch, which is coming soon, you will need to activate your account by paying for the first month subscription. That will be between $200 and $300. We're not quite sure. Bank on 300, like Mike says. If it's less than that, that's great. You're going to pay your first month subscription so that you have access to all the products, whether you use them or not. And then On Passive gets to work for you, fully automated, and starts bringing in customers under you, and you will start earning commissions. When your next month's subscription is due, you do not pay out of pocket. It comes out of the commissions you have received. And we are very, very confident that in the second month, you will have enough in there to pay the next month. So that's how the subscription works. It comes back to On Passive out of your commissions so they can continue to work for you month after month after month, but you only pay out of pocket once. So I hope that that helps. Yuha says, it seems to be eyeglasses evening today. Yes, we all have our glasses on. Yes. Okay. So next we have Andy Burks, and Andy comes to us from the UK. Andy will admit he's not the techie kind of guy, but he does love to play around with numbers. And like I said the last week, sometimes my head can spin a little, but he explains it so well that the numbers are just going to make your head spin too. So Andy, if you'd like to add your 2 cents, that would be great too.
Thank you, Susie. Great presentation as always, Mike. Well done. I love the simplicity of that. As Susie said, I'm not technically minded in the slightest, so I have no clue as to how these products work or how I can use them at the moment. But that doesn't worry me in the slightest because I want to build my own business. So I love the fact that this company are going to register me a domain name, build me a website, drive specific targeted traffic to the website, and then close the sale, and then deal with all the customer support, but pay me for every customer that comes on board. That's magic. Well, the numbers are a very good thing for me. I'm pretty good with numbers. I've been a financial advisor for 35 years, but I love the fact that we currently have 1 million founders, and we anticipate taking on somewhere in the region of 250,000 customers per day. So in our first year, it's expected that we'll take on more than 100 million customers. That makes us in the top 1% of the company by being part of a founder now. Interestingly enough, though, our potential customer base is over 4.7 billion customers today. Now, I say today because as On Passive designs, builds, constructs, whatever you'd like to call it, more and more products, our marketplace is going to expand. So next year, when something else comes out, we may have another 4.7 billion potential customers to go at, or another 4, and so on. So, but I love the power of numbers, and what interests me more than anything is I'm not a recruiter. I'm not technical, so I'm not recruiting. And okay, what am I good at? Well, not very much, but numbers, okay. So I love the fact that we're going to be put into a rotator. So I'm going to give you an example of if you didn't do anything and the company found you those first 3 customers within a very short period of time, but then it took them 3 months to create you a further 3 customers, and those customers 3 customers, and so on. So another 3 months, and so on. So it would go you plus 3 is 4, times 3 is 12, plus your 4 is 16. 16 times 3, 48. I see Susie nodding, she's getting this. 48 plus your 16 is 64. And then 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, that's 256 customers in your first year if you did nothing. Now, all of us here, we've shared this opportunity, and people come along to listen to us waffle and understand a bit more about how this business works. So if you shared it with simply 9 other people that came into this amazing opportunity, and it was Richard Branson that said, if you get offered an excellent opportunity, but you don't understand it, get in and learn how to deal with it later. Well, that's exactly why I'm in. So if you had 9 other people that joined you on this journey, you multiply those original figures by 10. So you wouldn't have 256, you'd have 2,560. In other words, your income is tenfold. Okay, tenfold. I hope that helps, Susie.
You're going to make some more sleepless nights for people watching this. Yes, unbelievable. Thank you so much for everybody's input. I also want to say to those of you watching this replay, some of the language you hear, you may not understand. You may not know what a rotator is, or all of the different language of online marketing. That's okay. It's really okay. This business was created for everyone, regardless of your level of experience, online, in business, not in business, doesn't matter. Try to keep it very, very simple. This is a revolutionary company doing things that have never been done before, with a CEO who has invited us to partner with him as founding members. We help beta test the products, and then when it launches to the globe, we become customers, resellers of those products. They take care of the business for us. We're not handling customers. We're not answering questions. We're not doing any of that. He has done this so that we can all be successful, and he's going to be sharing a great portion of the wealth coming into On Passive to us, because his vision is, we're going to take care of ourselves, and then we're going to reach out and take care of the things that are important to us in our communities, what fires us up to help give back in a way that can be meaningful. I don't know about you, but I have never been invited to partner with a CEO like this and to be part of this revolutionary company. When I first came in 2 years ago, I let my siblings all know in an email. They know, love, and trust me. Most of them have no idea about online or marketing. They jumped right on board. because they knew that I was speaking from my heart and that this was special. So the person who invited you thinks you're special enough to be part of this and to listen to this webinar. So we highly recommend, now is the time to get back to them. It's invitation only. Get back to them. They will get you their registration link and they will get you signed up. Now, keep in mind, once you are signed up, you will have access to the back office. You'll be able to hear our private webinars that have been recorded with our CEO. We also will have one of these meetings again on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time that you can invite people to, so you don't have to explain everything, or you can send them a copy of this webinar by sending an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. I've put it in the chat. Marty will get you a copy of it so you can share it with them, because it is a lot to try to review with someone after just hearing it today. So with that said, I think we're all set, guys. No other questions in the chat. Great presentation, Mike. Thank you, Marina and Andy and Marty, for being here. And like I said, get back to the person who invited you. And I will be meeting with the CEO this week. And so jump on board now, and then you can be part of our live product launch this Thursday. And boy, am I excited. All right. Good to see everyone. Have a great day. Get back to the
Thanks,
person.
Susie.
Bye,
Have
everyone.
fun.
Bye-bye. Thank you.